Welcome everyone, I am your host Bad Guy and this is I Hate Everyone TV, your weekly pop culture digest where we can have banter, insult each other, still laugh and love each other. This show is about surfing the internet and recapping all the headlines and entertainment drama that's been trending across the press, news and social media. This channel, people, is in a constant state of evolution, meaning I'ma do what the fudge I wanna do when I wanna do it. If you're new to the show, grand day to you, whatever time zone you're located at, grand rising, grand afternoon and grand evening. Coming up on today's episode, we've got a deviant visiting petting zoos and strangling rabbits. I've dubbed him the petting zoo strangler, and people, he's only 9 years old. What? Ooh, and our friendly neighborhood shacker, Almara, is back with a spicy article talking about the pitfalls of hotel sex. But next, E.T. is out here snatching up Earth booty. Whoa. You better clench your butt cheeks, people. What is happening in today's world, people? Let's start off with the USA. A Missouri man has claimed he was snatched up by E.T., got his cheeks bust down and sperm stolen. No phone home. People, let's get to the reading provided by Unilad and written by Gerard. I cannot pronounce his last name and I don't give a damn. The headline reads, man claims to have been abducted by aliens who forced him to perform sexual experiments. Goddamn, people, let's read. A man has been getting support from other believers after recounting his story of being sexually involved with aliens. In what can only be described as a bizarre confession, 28-year-old Julius Shields said he believes he has fathered some half-human, half-alien babies. Speaking on the Soft White Underbelly YouTube channel, the man from Missouri explained that when he was 17 years old, he had a close encounter of the sexual kind with an alien. I mean, if he does, I hope he has at least been paying child support for the last 11 years. Haha, Gerard, you are funny. He recorded that his encounter began friendly enough, but things eventually took a turn. Ooh. He claims he saw glowing orbs floating outside his home, and then one of the creatures started to tap on his window. It had 3 tentacles, and it raised them up and started tapping on the window. That was the first time I ever seen something that wasn't human, he said. And when I saw that, I just froze. I didn't make a move, he said. He was so shook up, he went to sleep at a friend's place, but this alien returned another night for some booty, causing Shields to flee to a safe place again. He explained that over the years, he has found a way to rationalize what he experienced. He said, because I fled, they had no other option but to just take me and do their test. They'll be aggressive, aren't they? He then said he began to have explicit dreams involving the aliens. It got more sexual because there was a full week straight where I was having wet dreams every night, Shields said. Damn. I was having sex with different creatures, women, and just different stuff. I would wake up and I would look at my pants and sometimes there'd be nothing, and sometimes it would just be wet. There would be no actual sperm in there. He would continue to state that the aliens were taking his sperm to make hybrid babies. This experience seemed to have caused him to do research on what happened to him, and he now believes he was visited by alien creatures known on the internet as the Greys. Oh my. Who are 3 to 4 feet tall and drive saucers and have a mother sheep. He then admits to smoking a fair bit of weed at the time, but added, I haven't stopped smoking weed since and nothing like that ever happened again. People, E.T. came down to earth and was messing with this man's tinky winky. No Teletubbies. I'm lost for words. People, I really don't know what to say about this. You sure you weren't Michael Jackson creeping into your room? I'm just joking. I don't believe Michael Jackson was a pedophile, but an X-file. Next in the headline, supermarket worker caught ejaculating onto fresh produce. People, what is going on? What is fudging going on in America? Does this person work for HelloFresh? Because he's making sure your meal plan is coming with the fresh ingredients. Let's begin the reading, people. Provided by Yahoo News, written by Don Sweeney. Supermarket worker accused of ejaculating on food for sale. Colorado police say this is absolutely grim. But anyway, a former Safeway worker faces charges of masturbating and ejaculating on food products at the supermarket. Colorado police report. Officers initially arrested Stephen Massolta, 32, of Fort Collins on Feb 20 on indecent exposure charges. The Fort Collins Police Department said in March 14 news release the arrest followed an investigation into reports of someone exposing himself outside local coffee shops, including once to a child. Despicable man. Starting in July, police said in a Feb 20th release. A review of digital evidence collected at Massolta's home showed he also had masturbated and ejaculated on food products at a Safeway store at 1426 East Harmony Road, police said. Police Chief Jeff Swoboda said in a video accompanying the release on Facebook that the evidence included videos. The foods involved were not commercially sealed, Swoboda said. Massolta worked at the supermarket from December to February, police said. The store has cooperated with the investigation. In a statement to McClatchy News, a Safeway spokesperson said the company is deeply concerned about the allegations and will continue cooperating with police and health officials. Blah, blah, blah. We're done there, people. People, we live in a times where everybody is a fudging sexual deviant. We got celebrities out here snatching up pussy, blowing up cars, and busting down male bottom cheeks. No Diddy. We've got guys going to Safeway and busting their juice over the vegetable section. No Sunny D. People, there was a time before the internet, before it got huge, before shit got weird in the world. There was a time where you could boss, you're not in peace. Before OnlyFans, X-Videos and Pornhub, there was The Sun, Page 3, Max Power, Redline, Zoo and Nuts. People, these were essential for a teenager growing up, and these were essential for a teenager to bust your nut over. People, we had Lucy Pinder, Big Titty Kelly Brooks, and those two old hags, Jodie Marsh and bankrupt Katie Price. These Caucasian Nubian queens helped me and many men in the United Kingdom of Great Britain boss a many nuts. People, let's see what's going on in the UK. Next in the headlines, British tourists feared dead after falling overboard on a cruise ship. My. People, let's get to the reading provided by the Metro, written by Josh Milton and Katie Boyden. British tourist final text before falling overboard on cruise ship. People, let's find out how he fell overboard. Bloody hell. The final text sent by a Scottish tourist feared dead after falling overboard from a cruise ship has been revealed. 23-year-old Liam Jones was last seen on the deck of the MSC Eurubia on the March 16 as it set off from Southampton to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. It's now been revealed Liam messaged his wife, Sophia McPhee, to say he was seasick that same day, and that was the last time his devastated wife heard from her. You fucked up there, Metro. That's a spelling error. Devastated wife heard from him. Bloody hell. Sophia told the Daily Record that the last time she saw her husband was March 14th when he travelled from their home to Glasgow to meet his family. She said, "I feel so lost. He's just gone. I never go to see him again. I'm devastated. I have so many questions and I'm not getting any answers to what's happened." The cruise operator, MSC Cruises, has confirmed a passenger disappeared and police have since boarded the vessel after it returned to Britain. The cruise, set to make pit stops in Germany, France and Belgium, was on its way to Hamburg when Liam texted Sophia, people. She said Liam's sister messaged her the following day saying there had been an accident and Liam wasn't coming back. CCTV footage Liam's sister told her showed Liam going overboard. "I've not had contact from anyone since," Sophia added. We're gonna end there, people. People, my man is shark bait. No Finding Nemo. My man is a shark dinner right now. The sharks, the great white shark, saw him. Oh, that's a bit of British chicken. British chicken on season, just how I like it. Gonna have it with some mashed potatoes, some veg. Yep, people. He has turned into a Gordon Ramsay Michelin star meal in the ocean. People, this next headline makes me question, are serial killers born or made? What do you think? Let me know. Boy 9 strangled rabbits at petting zoo, then walked off showing no emotions. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's get into this article right about now. A young boy strangled 9 rabbits and 2 guinea pigs to death during a solo trip to a petting zoo. Whoa, modern day Jeffrey Dahmer here, people. The 9-year-old was said to have shown no emotion after killing the animals at the I can't even pronounce this, I don't give a damn, petting zoo in Almara, Netherlands. The boy walked into the petting zoo alone before killing the animals on March 11. Manager Ali Durham-Bus told local media, "It makes you completely sick." The young boy will not face criminal charges as he's under the age of 12, but he will be enrolled into a care program. A psychiatrist, Esther Van Fenema, said of the incident, "I feel sorry for the animals, but also for the little boy who apparently feels so bad that he has to do this." God damn. If you kill an animal in the house, explain to the child why, even if it is an insect, so that it learns that you don't wring the neck of a guinea pig, which is harmful. The killings come after it was revealed children are filming themselves using catapults to injure and kill animals in a UK-wide WhatsApp chat. Around 500 members across 11 groups chats, which include primary school children, have shared footage of their kills. Wow! The injured animals are shown slowly dying as they are shot with the catapults, while others are kicked to death. And blah 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 blah. People, let me wrap this up. Let me say this. We've got kids in America taking up the shotty and blasting their mothers away because they can't play GTA. We've got kids in the UK purchasing stainless steel knives from Asda, owned by Walmart, to go out and stab each other in these grimy streets of London. And now, people, we've got a 9-year-old who will now be known as the petting zoo strangler. Ha 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 ha. But what if kids nowadays decide to purge us? Tragic! Tell the pussy we not laugh, fuck we not TED talk, violate people at dead dark. You should have keep it. Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. Welcome. I am your host, Bad Guy, and thanks once again for joining me for another episode of Read With Me and another new title, people. Confessions of a Sex Blogger. And today's reading is, it may be your ultimate fantasy, but here are the pitfalls of hotel sex from Metro's friendly neighborhood shagger, Almara Abgarian. And if you've forgotten who Almara was, here's a quick flashback. You see, he wasn't the first of them I've shagged, so she's just going around shagging neighbors. She's a neighbor shagger. She is a serial neighbor shagger. Almara, I just love reading your articles. Lady, my lady, we will anoint you. We will put you on a pedestal for the world to see. I think we shall make you famous, my lady. People, we will respect Almara's name and respect the name shall have. Let's begin the reading. Bang, bang, bang. Waking with a start from a deep sleep, I stumble out of bed wearing nothing but a sheet to find out who is responsible for this incessant knocking at my hotel room door. Opening it, my mouth falls to the floor as I see two men standing outside. One of them is the receptionist who checked me in that evening, and the other, I realize, is my one night stand. Oh mother, you just shagging them all, aren't you? Like me, he is not dressed and is trying and failing to cover his modesty with a small white towel. Excuse me, madame, is this man a guest of yours? Demands the receptionist as my brain struggles to catch up. Seconds later, the penny drops as I realize that my lover has managed to lock himself out of our room. It's just one of the many incidences of hotel sex, both good and bad, that prove to me that while it is understandably one of the top fantasies for men and women, the pitfalls are potentially enormous and embarrassing. Almara, hotel sex is no top fantasy for men and women. Almara, I've been taking bitches to the hotel and chopping them down like a martial arts movie for years. No Bruce Lee. On this occasion, a few years ago, I'd been on a trip to Edinburgh with a friend, and in order to save cost, we opted to share a room. But then, we both got lucky at the bar. It's getting spicy. She selflessly offered to go back to the flat of the man she poured, so I took my Scottish lover back for some raunchy hotel sex, which was indeed amazing. The aftermath, much less so. The receptionist politely explained that my conquest had been spotted on the security camera wandering the hall stark naked, and when approached by staff had told them he couldn't remember which room was his. Almara, it sounds like you shag a Scottish dummy. Anyway, thankfully, the receptionist took the whole thing on the chin, accepted my apology, and bid us a good night. And while I can laugh about this now, I was mortified at the time. Hotel sex is a very common fantasy. In fact, a poll of 2,000 Brits found that participants will book a weekend away up to 4 times a year to spice up their sex lives. Of course, Almara, that's what hotels are there for, to take your woman and shag them there in peace. I can't say I blame any of them. Crisp sheets, a minibar, and a sense of adventure. It's completely understandable why people turn this fantasy into reality, and I have done so too on more than one occasion. We know, Almara, we know. A few years ago, I found myself on a trip by the coast. I was single at the time, but I had been talking to a man on Tinder for a few months. She's been Tindering people. We lived on opposite sides of the country, meaning any hopes of serious romance were doomed from the start. But we really enjoyed our conversations, including occasional phone sex, and so we kept in touch. Almara, you been flapping your fanny on FaceTime, have we? By a stroke of luck, he just happened to be working an hour away from where I was staying on my solo holiday, and so we decided to meet up. We actually planned to have dinner first, but after months of virtual foreplay, we couldn't keep our hands off each other. And well, you can imagine what happened next. Yes, Almara, you shagged him. We know you are a serial shagger, neighbor shagger. It was hotel sex at its finest. Raw. We didn't use a condom, did we, Almara? Passionate. He just wanted to bust his juice and go. And made over more exciting by the location. He didn't want to get caught. Unfortunately, this was the first and last time I saw this man. The logistics of maintaining something long-term was too difficult, but it was certainly a night to remember. The main reason the shag with this man was so good was because neither of us had any expectations. We just rolled the dice, though it didn't exactly hurt that I found him ridiculously attractive. Almara, he was just there for the he was there for the bang. He was gonna leave you anyway. Almara, he was gonna leave you anyway. However, there are some common pitfalls of hotel sets that can make it less of a 5-star experience. For experiences like the one with my long distance hookup, safety is paramount. Had I not told a friend what I was up to and made a point to meet him downstairs in reception before going up to the room, things may have been less enjoyable. One of the most common issues that couples in particular encounter is that they build the fantasy up too much. I get it. You've gone to great lengths to find the perfect room and spent months imagining yourselves tangled up in the sheets, going at it for hours before indulging in some much deserved room service. I've done this too, and it blown up in my face. Continue, Almara. Back in my 20s, a boyfriend and I booked a trip abroad. Yes, checked into the hotel and expected the sex to be mind-blowing. It wasn't. In fact, it was an absolute shambles. The pressure to have incredible sex took the fun out of the experience and left us both feeling stressed, which in turn impacted the outcome. Similarly, many people will overplan their hotel stay by getting an extravagant package of rose petals, champagne, etc., which makes the situation even more loaded. There's nothing wrong with being prepared or going the extra mile for yourself and a partner, of course, but if you ask me, it's usually easier to go with the flow. When you really think about it, there are already many factors that impact how we feel about sex. That doesn't go away just because we're traveling. To be honest, I argue there's even more to consider. Maybe you're feeling anxious from a lengthy flight, or perhaps You overindulge yourself at dinner and feel a bit bloated. Whatever your reasons, it's important you don't force the fantasy just because you're staying somewhere fancy. In my humble opinion, having sex in a hotel can be everything that we fantasize about, but it's best when events are a bit more spontaneous. If you focus on having fun, the rest will follow. Just try not to get lost in the corridors. So, what have we learned so far about Almara? She is a serial neighbor shagger. Yes, she shags her neighbors. She's a proud slut, and she shags Scottish men who wanders around stark naked in hotel corridors. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
You get to heaven and you don't find me there, you have gone to hell.
The Diddler. Diddy, do it. Sean Combs, born November 1969, born in Harlem and raised in Mount Vernon, New York. Combs worked as a talent director at Uptown Records before founding his own record label, Bad Boy Records, in 1993. Combs has been credited with the discovery and cultivation of artists such as the Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and Usher. Mr. Combs goes by many monikers, and here they are: Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Brother Love.
Brother Love, come show some love. That's all I can fucking say. Show some love, Brother Love.
And now, the Diddler. November 2023, Cassie Ventura accuses Diddy of rape, sex trafficking before settling. Combs' ex-girlfriend, singer Cassie Ventura, accused Combs of rape, sex trafficking, and physical abuse in a civil suit. Combs and Cassie settled for the undisclosed amount a day later. After being lured into an ostentatious, fast-paced and drug-fueled lifestyle and a romantic relationship with her former boss Combs when she was 19. Cassie alleged in the lawsuit that Combs plied her with drugs and alcohol, physically abused her, and took control of her life, ranging from her healthcare to her career opportunities. Combs also allegedly raped her in 2018 and forced Cassie into repeated, unwanted sexual encounters with male prostitutes who he hired and recorded their encounters. The lawsuits filed by The lawsuits filed by Dickerson, Neal, and Ventura were done so before the New York's Adult Survivors Act deadline. It gave victims of sexual abuse a 1-year window to make claims that would otherwise be barred by time limits. I have one question, but I don't want to say it, so Mr. Murder.
Did he do it? Did he drug her? Did he rape her? If you ain't do this shit, Diddy, why did you play? I'm like...
Thank you. Diddy do it. November 2023, a woman named Joy Dickerson Neal filed a lawsuit against Combs alleging she was drugged, sexually assaulted and abused and was the victim of revenge porn. Combs videotaped the January 1991 assault and distributed the tape to others in the music industry. According to the suit, this caused severe harm to Mrs. Dickerson Neal's reputation, career prospects, and emotional well-being. Diddy do it. December 2023, Diddy Harvey Pierre accused of gang raping 17-year-old girl. An anonymous accuser filed a lawsuit in December alleging Combs, former Bad Boy Entertainment president Harvey Pierre, and a third unnamed assailant raped her when she was 17 years old in 2003. Combs and Pierre preyed on a vulnerable high school teenagers as part of a sex trafficking scheme that involved plying her with drugs and alcohol and transporting her by private jet to New York City, where she was gang raped by 3 individuals, defendants at Mr. Combs' studio. Diddy do it. February 2024, Diddy accused of sexually assaulting producer for The Love album. A music producer who worked with Combs on his most recent record, The Love album, Off the Grid, sued him in February, accusing him of engaging in serious illegal activity, including sexual assault. In a lawsuit filed in U.S. federal court for the Southern District of New York and obtained by USA Today, Rodney Little Rod Jones Jr. alleges Combs forcibly touched and attempted and or threatened to touch Jones' intimate areas and or touch Jones with his own intimate body parts while they worked on the album. He also accuses the rapper and his associates, including his 30-year-old son, Justin Dior Combs, his chief of staff, and Combs Global Enterprises are participated in a sex trafficking venture. Whoa. Diddy do it. First things first, I am not a comedian. Second things second,
I'm an agent of chaos.
Third things third, I don't give a fuck about none of these celebrities. These fucking celebrities are fucking weirdos. Start worshipping these fucking celebrities. Excuse my French, but we all want to know, did Diddy do it? Did he do it? Did Diddy do it? Did he diddly do it? Did the diddler do it? I know he's stressing. I know the diddler is shaking more than Muhammad Ali with Parkinson's. I know, but I don't. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Who knows? Who knew? Who was at these parties getting their back blue? I know they know, but they don't want you to know what they know, but I know God knows. People, I'm not a religious man, but Jesus is pulling back the curtains, shining the spotlight on these hoes, and he's pulling out all the dirty laundry for all to be exposed. Psalms chapter 7 verse 11 to 16, God is a just judge and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he does not turn back, he will sharpen his sword. He bends his bow and makes it ready. He also prepares for himself instruments of death. He makes his arrows into fiery shafts. Behold, the wicked bring forth iniquity. Yes, he conceives trouble and brings forth falsehood. He made a pit and dug it out, and has fallen into the ditch which he made. His trouble shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down on his own crown. Tyree says something about supporting Diddy, talking all that bullshit. Tyree, shut the fuck up.
What more do you want from me?
Stevie J playing church music in support of Diddy and his son. Why these motherfuckers seem to be going to the church when their wicked ways seems to get exposed? Get the fuck out of here. But we all want to know, did Diddy do it? Did he do it? Did Diddy do it? Did he diddly do it? Did the diddler do it? The diddler. Did he do it? Fuck knows. Excuse my French. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And the Almighty Lord knows. Yes, we all love to see the rise of an icon and watch them fall down and burn like the Twin Towers. No 9/11.